Hi, my name is Burke Green, President and co-founder of Veo Natural. What I wanted to do today is to spend a few minutes with you and basically go through a presentation using the Health and Freedom newspaper. In fact, we just got the Health and Freedom newspaper in today, and so I called East and I said, you know what, I want to make a video just showing people how simple and easy it is to actually present the Veo opportunity. When we're making a presentation, basically there's 5 things you want to cover. You want to cover your story, the company, the product, the timing, and the compensation plan. And what we've done with this newspaper is we've made it very easy for you to do that. We've made an all-inclusive piece that literally, this along with the product information brochure is all you need to go out and build your business. And so what I want to do is just tell you a little bit about myself to begin with, because that's my story. As I go through this, I'm going to break it down so you can tell which part of the presentations that I'm giving. So my name is Burke Green. I'm the youngest of 10 children. I grew up on a farm in Driggs, Idaho. About 25 years ago, I moved to Utah basically for 3 reasons. 1 was to gain residency so I could go to school. 2, get an entry-level position that would give me some sort of business background. And 3, get married. Met my wife. She happens to be from Utah, so that all worked out very well. Well, in the process of doing that, what happened, a buddy of mine called me and he says, you know what? It was one of those we're going to get rich calls. He said, hey, Burke, it's been making $10,000 a month selling water filters. He was excited. He'd just been to a meeting. I said, you know what? Not real interested. I've got to get a real job because I'm getting married here in a few days, so not real interested. Anyway, he called me back a few days later, a little more subdued this time, and says, hey, you know what? We need to take a serious look at this business. There's a lot of people making some pretty serious money, and I think we can do it. And so that's what we did. I looked at it, and basically that was 25 years ago, back in 1990. And I was introduced to this industry called network marketing. And basically I looked at it as a way I could be my own boss, set my own hours, do my own thing while I was going to school. And what happened, I got involved, I had some success. I basically got involved and I followed the system. I didn't try and reinvent the wheel, I just followed the system on what I do, how do I do it, this is exactly what you do. And had some success, and what happened is as I had that success, it's like, wow, you know what, I need to figure out this network marketing thing. Because not only was I making some pretty good money, but there were also people around me that I saw that were making incredible amounts of money, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50,000 a month. And I looked at that and thought, what's the difference? They don't look like they're that sharp. They don't look like well, they were sharp people, but they didn't seem like they were a whole lot different than me, other than they had a few key things that they did on a consistent basis that really took them over the top. And so I spent the last 2.5 years, or I spent 2.5 years building that first company, and also becoming a student of the industry. I spent thousands and thousands of dollars on trainings, on videotapes and audio tapes. That's back in the day when we had videotapes and audio tapes. Flew all over the country going to trainings and things like that. And what happened is the more I learned about network marketing in the industry, the more excited I was. But also, the less excited I was about the company I was involved with. So I decided at one point I needed to make a change, and so I went on a search. I probably evaluated 30 or 40 different companies, and basically ran across this little company called USANA Health Sciences. You know, and again, it looked very good. It was, when I got involved, it was a very, very small company. They actually, the pills were in Ziploc bags. They had yellow pills and white pills. You know, and basically got involved, learned and applied the things that I'd learned over the previous 2.5 years, and basically helped that company grow. That company has grown to one of the leaders in the industry now, that I'm very proud of what we were able to accomplish with that organization. After about 15 years with that company, I decided that it was time to make a change again. It was one of those things where I was restless and just wanted a different challenge, and so I got involved in another company called Monavie. In the process of doing that, I sold my USANA distributorship, and in selling my USANA distributorship, I signed a 2.5-year non-solicitation. Now what that means for a networker, that means I can't talk to anybody, see anybody, or present to anyone that I'd ever presented before in the previous 15 years. I couldn't talk to them. And so we decided that we would go and we would build in Asia, and so between me and a group of other guys, we went and built, and literally we built a team and an organization over there of about 700,000 distributors all over Asia, from Korea to Japan to China, Australia, New Zealand, all those countries. Basically we went and went to work. And so The principles that I'm going to teach right now, basically, if you do those principles, you can build a large organization also. Okay, so that was my story. Again, when you're talking about a presentation, what you're looking at is your story, company, product, time, and compensation. So it's very easy, again, using the Health and Freedom newspaper. Now let's talk a little bit about the company. The way this works is basically you are doing nothing more than just pointing to the pictures and telling the story. It's almost like you're telling a child a story. You know, when you tell your children or your grandchildren or your nieces or nephews, depending upon whatever age you are, and they want you to read you a book or want you to read them a book, well, here's how it works. So let me tell you a little bit about Veo Natural. Did you see this individual right here? This is an individual by the name of Chuck Millay. In fact, I better start out by talking about this individual for a minute. This is an individual by the name of Dr. Alan Millay. He is actually one of the co-founders of Veo Natural. Well, about 30 years ago, over 30 years ago now, he was working for a little nutrition company up in Ogden, Utah. Literally, he was going out, he was scraping bark off trees, he was digging up roots, and basically trying to figure out how to get the nutritional elements out of those things, the bark and the roots and things like that. Well, in the process of doing that, he was working for this company. He asked his father, Chuck Millay, to come and basically help them grow the company. And so Chuck came, and he was a business consultant, he was a businessman, and he signed an 18-month contract with them and said, you know what, I'll help you grow the company. And what happened is that at the end of the 18 months, basically Chuck says, you know what, I like this. This nutritional business, this nutritional industry, it can have a huge impact on people's lives from a health aspect. But also in the process of doing that, in the process of growing the company, what happened, he got some huge contacts in the nutritional wellness industry. I mean, guys that were the who's who of nutrition back in that day. And one of them was a guy by the name of Dr. Bruce Halstead. Bruce was a world-renowned nutritionist. Literally, he traveled all over the world from the Soviet Union to China, basically studying, doing research down in the Amazon. Was a huge player in the industry. And they got together, and you can read the story in this newspaper, they got together and basically said, you know what, we need to start a company and we need to do it right. We need to do make the products, we don't care what it costs. We basically need to put a team of doctors together and we need to do it right. And so what they did is they got together about 35 years ago and said, you know what, let's put a company together. And they did. It was called Professional Botanicals. And they formulated about 120 different products. And basically their mantra was, anything that you take a prescription for, there is a natural remedy for. Not only that, in most cases, the natural remedy will help the body heal. And so the team of doctors, just real quick, I mean, you had Bruce Halstead, you had Dr. Norm Farnsworth from the University of Chicago, you had Neva Jensen, you had Ricky Marin, you had Dr. John McDonald, sat on this, and they would sit around the table and literally take an issue and say, okay, what have you got? What have you got? They'd go around the table and basically they would go through all the research. And Dr. Millay actually tells a story of coming home from school and coming to his father's home and literally seeing these guys sitting around their kitchen table with literally stacks of research, of the newest, latest research that was being done with these nutritional products. And so they formulated a company that designed these products specifically for doctors, designed by doctors for doctors. And that's how they marketed them. They had a model where they would go out and they would call on doctors and they would basically sell the doctors the products. Then the doctors would in turn sell the products to their patients. And so that's how it worked for many years. Well, a few years back, Chuck wanted to retire. He was getting a little bit older. He wanted to retire, and so he asked his son, Dr. Alan Millay, if he wanted to buy the company. And basically, in the process and looking at it, Dr. Millay says, yeah, we'll take it over. We want to continue the legacy of these products because these products have a huge impact in people's lives. And so he and his wife Lisa took the company over. But in taking the company over, remember this is about 2007. They started looking at the model and thought, you know what, we need to get more people on these products, not just have it exclusively to doctors, where you would have to literally go to the right doctor, ask the right question, and say the right things in order for you to even get these products. And so they started doing some marketing, they started doing online marketing and things like that, but also they wanted to create a way where word of mouth is a way that they can literally go out and spread the world, or spread these products to the world. And so I came along. My background, as I mentioned earlier, I've been in the network marketing industry about 25 years, have built sizable organizations literally all over the world. And so I came to Dr. Millay about a year ago. I said, Dr. Millay, you know what, let's take these products, let's put a model together that is a worldwide, universally acceptable model, and let's take these products to the world. And that's what we've done. And so that is basically the company portion of the presentation. So I've now covered the company, or my story, and the company. Now let's talk about the products. Now, in talking about the products, we have 24 different products now. And so typically what I do when I'm giving a presentation to someone is I will pick out one or two of the products that I think they may be interested in. I'm not going to go through all 24 products. We also just have this brand new sheet called the product brochure that goes through each one of the 24 products. And again, you don't have to be an expert on all 24 products. And so I'll just go and continue like I'm giving a presentation, talking a little bit about the product. So let me tell you a little bit about the products. Basically, what you have in Veo is you have 24 different products. Okay, now it's kind of unique. Most companies start with one product or two products. One of the things we realized very quickly is one product doesn't fit everyone. We're different ages, different sizes, different sexes. We have different ailments. And so one product it's not a one product fits all type of a situation. And so we have 24 different products, and basically the way it works is we start out and we have the essentials. Okay, the essentials are basically your alpha, your core, your krill, your guardian, your keystone, restore. These are the core nutritional products of Veo Natural. These are products that are universally worldwide needed, universally worldwide accepted. For instance, the core product. That is a product that basically is your vitamin and mineral. The foods we eat, the water you can see the air you breathe, the water you drink, the foods we eat are probably not as nutritious as they should be or used to be. And so we need to supplement our diets. Core is an incredible product for doing that. Alpha is another very, very important product. It is a detox. One of the first things you want to do is you want to cleanse your body, so it does have the ability to absorb the nutrients. So in most cases, that's probably one of the first products that we suggest people pick up and do a 5-day cleanse. Okay, and if you've been involved in doing some things and you feel like your body's a little bit toxic, maybe do a 10-day cleanse. Beyond that, there are many, many products, and like I say, each of us have different ailments and different things. We have about 24 different products, basically broken down into 5 categories. We have weight management, we have balance and beauty, we have specific support, fast-acting triggers, and then we also have strength and mobility. And so depending upon what your ailment is, what your age is, what you would like to accomplish in your health, go through and do a little research. Look at these products. A couple of the products that I am very, very excited about. One of my favorite products is a product called Serene. Serene is a product for stress support. It actually is an adrenal gland product that helps rebuild your adrenal glands. Now, if you understand how that works, is basically if you're a driver or an A personality and you're a hard driver, as you age, your adrenal glands are basically the batteries for the body or help the body. And so the way this works is basically as you go about your daily routine and that sort of thing, if you're under a lot of stress, under a lot of pressure, a lot of times your adrenal glands get burned out. And a lot of times when you say, oh man, I'm just burned out, or I've been burning the candle at both ends. You've probably made that statement before. Well, if your adrenals burn out, it's kind of like a bad cell phone battery. If your adrenals aren't healthy where they need to be, even if you have in your cell phone, it's the same thing. Even when you go to bed or even when you plug it in, and you go to bed, you're supposed to recharge. Well, we all know if you have a bad cell phone battery by 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, it's dead again. Well, I've taken these products, huge difference in my life. That's the Serene product. And so each of us have our own needs, our own desires for the products. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. I mean, you can go online and literally you can research to your heart's content about these products because they are proven. They are incredible products. And so that's the product line. Now, you know, the thing that's kind of cool about Veo, when I'm talking about timing, my goodness, there isn't a better time in the world to be involved in Veo. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, whether you're in Australia or New Zealand or the UK or down in Latin America or in the United States or Canada, isn't a better time to be involved. I mean, we are just in the process of literally launching the world, and so we're very, very excited about that. And so the next step, the next part of the presentation is the compensation plan. And again, one of the things that we wanted to create here at Veo that is very unique, okay, is we wanted a worldwide universally acceptable model. And what I mean by that is we wanted a model that it doesn't matter whether you're in Mexico or Malaysia or over in Madrid or in Malad, Idaho. It doesn't matter because you can do this model. And so the way it works, basically, we have 24 products. You pick a product and you're in. Now what I'm going to do is I'll just use this newspaper. And so we want to have a couple things that we want to accomplish with Veo, okay? Number one, we want to get people on the product for the health benefits they're going to receive, okay? Number two, we want to get them making enough money that their product is paid for. If we can accomplish that, man, we've hit a home run. And then number three, we want to move them into profitability. Now, if you've ever seen me give a presentation before, I will probably say that 10,000 times over the course of the next year. Number one, get on the product. Number two, get your product paid for. Number three, move into profitability. And so the way the compensation plan works, we have several ways of getting paid. I'm just going to cover 2 or 3 of them. The first way is what's called rapid rewards. Now the way that works is basically what you do is you pick a product. That product is $50 plus shipping. So you pick a product for $50, you're in, okay? Well, the rapid rewards, the way that works is you make a 30% commission when you sign someone up. So I go and I sign up Paul, let's say. He buys a product, I've just made 30% of $50, so I've just made $15, okay? Well, now $15 isn't all that exciting, but you do that 4 times in a month, what have you just done? Remember, number one, get on the product. Number two, get your product paid for. You do that 4 times in a month, your product is paid for. The second way we get paid is we have, and this is kind of a unique feature, we have what's called a guaranteed check. And the way that works is basically if you've introduced 4 people who have bought product this month in Veo, we will guarantee that you'll make at least $50. Now the way that works is let's say that you've got your 4 people and they've ordered product. Let's say your commissions, for whatever reason, your commissions turned out to be $20. Well, at the end of the month, we look at it and we say, well, if you have your 4 people, we will add the other $30 to your e-wallet. And so thus in turn, it makes $50, so your product is now paid for. You still have to buy the product. Your product is not free, but we will give you the money to buy the product. And then from there, all you have to do is pay for shipping. So with 4 people, basically your product is paid for. And so here's another kind of unique way to look at it. Here's a business that you can literally start with $50, okay? Oh, by the way, you get a great product for that $50. You get 4 people. Also, you go introduce this to 4 people. That business will never cost you anything ever again other than just shipping. How unique is that? When we talk to people down in El Salvador or down in Mexico about that, holy cow, the excitement is unreal, let alone people in the United States and everywhere else in the world. The third way we get paid, the third thing, again, moving to profitability, is what's called the 4x4 bonus. Now the way that works is basically what we ask you to do is go out and share the product, share the opportunity with 4 people, correct? Well, if we ask you to do that, guess what we ask them to do? So they go out and they share it with their 4 people. The reason that they're sharing it with their 4 people is number one, they want to get their product paid for. But also, number 2, we want to duplicate the process. And so what we've done is we've put together what's called a 4x4 bonus. So if you share it with 4 and help them get 4, if your people have 4 people, if they're all ordering 1 product at $50, there's a bonus paid out for $200. If they're ordering 2 products at $100, there's a bonus paid out for $400. Now understand, with some other bonuses and things like that, the 4x4 bonus, on one product is about $250. The 4x4 bonus on 2 products is about $500. So literally, when we look at it, with 20 people in your organization, you can make somewhere between $250 and $500 per month. Do you understand what an extra $500 per month does for people's lives? I mean, it's crazy. The next way we get paid is kind of the core of the compensation plan, and that's basically what we have is we have what's called a 4x6 matrix. And the way that works, it's this same structure. You go out, you share it with 4 people, you help those get 4, and you've all seen how these work. 4x6 means 4 wide, 6 levels deep. So 4 then turns into 16, 16 into 64, 64 into 256, into 1024, into 4096. So you have a whole group of people that are literally ordering product on a monthly basis, enjoying it on a daily basis, that you derive a commission for. And basically that commission is you make 4%. Anyone who's ordered product in that entire structure for that month, if you're qualified, and that means you've ordered product that month, you can make a 4% commission on them. The next way we get paid is we have what's called a rank advancement bonus, and that's for those individuals who want to go out and build a large organization. And what that does is that now opens up the 7th, 8th, and 9th level in your organization. Now understand, in your 7th level, there's over 16,000 people. In your 8th level, over 65,000 people. In your 9th level, over 250,000 people. Again, for those who want to build a large organization, you make a 2% bonus on their purchases. That can become very significant in income. And we also, I'm not going to spend a lot of time, but we also have a infinity check match. Where basically anyone that you personally sponsor, you can make a bonus on their check. We've incentivized you to help your people, help their people. Not only can you make it on their check, but you also make it on people that they sponsor and people they sponsored, so on and so forth, down through 6 generations plus your personal sponsors of income. So anyone who's making income, you can make a bonus on their check. So you think you're motivated to help them make money? If you make money, if they make money, you make money, we all make money. And so then there's also a 2% global bonus pool that basically ties in the entire company sales, worldwide, that you can tie into. You get a percentage of the company's sales as you rank up through the leadership forces. And so, again, here's what it takes to become involved. Number 1, you pick a product and you're in. It's $50. Okay. Number 2, get your product paid for. Go out, share the product, share the opportunity with 4 people. Your product is paid for. Number 3, move into profitability. Help your 4 people get 4. It's called the 4x4 bonus. And so with that, that's how simple it is to do the presentation. I will fold up the Health and Freedom newspaper. Usually I will slip in a product brochure also. Say, okay, Paul, I appreciate you coming. Any questions, comments, concerns? Well, here, take a look at it. And again, in order to get involved, all you got to do is pick a product and you're in. Okay? So now you've just seen a total presentation. It's probably taken me less than 20 minutes. One of the things I want you to understand, I do 90% of my business in restaurants. Okay? Usually I sit down, I'll buy someone a Coke, I'll buy them a cup of coffee, whatever, and I'll say, listen, let me just show you a little bit about what we're doing. And again, it's very simple. You should read this newspaper. The stories are all right here. Here's the story of Chuck Millay. Here's my story. Here's Dr. Millay's story. And literally, it's as easy as pointing to the picture and telling the story. And so, I hope this has been helpful. Again, I can't stress this enough. What we would like you to do, number 1, is get on the product. These products are incredible. They'll have huge impact in your lives. Number 2, go out and share it with 4 people. Okay, you may have to share it with 10 people to get 4 people that are interested. But go out and get your product paid for. Let's not have Veo ever be an expense in your life. Okay, let's get to product. Once you get 1 product paid for, let's go get 2 products paid for. And then number 3, just duplicate that process and move into profitability and make some extra money. And let Veo become and help you gain whatever dream that you'd like. Okay? So anything we can do to help from a corporate level, hopefully this has been helpful. But that's how you do a presentation. Keep it simple, keep it easy, and let's go build Veo. Thank you. you.